Mogul Motivation, empowering and inspiring entrepreneurs and dream chasers worldwide, 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media. And I am your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mogul Motivation. Welcome back. I'm happy that you are here. If this is your first time listening, this podcast is for the aspiring entrepreneur trying to get over that hump and make things happen. This podcast is for anybody with a dream that wants to go forward and accomplish that dream. And whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on right now, please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. It will surely mean a lot to me. You know, I truly believe Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, doesn't matter what the ethnicity is, doesn't matter what your race is, doesn't matter where you are on this world. I truly believe that every individual that was born on this earth has a dream. The unfortunate reality is that life tends to chip away at those massive dreams that we have in our minds to the point where it's nothing but a hollow ground. And in those hollow grounds, there's nothing but doubt, fear, regret, and sadness that circulate in it. So because of that, because everybody was born with a dream on this earth, not many, not most, not even a high percentile accomplish those dreams. Now, how can I make such a bold claim? I haven't met everybody in this earth. You can look at your community and make that claim. Look around you, look in your family, look on your block, in your neighborhood, look at the people on social media. People are miserable, people are sad, people are frustrated, people are upset. And if you compound that reality that you see with every state, every city in this country, every country on this earth, you get to the point where you start to believe that everybody on this earth had a dream. But majority of those people did not reach their dreams. And it comes a time in your life, you have ambition. You're listening to this podcast because you have a dream. Whether it may be entrepreneurial, creative, personal, it does not matter. You have a dream. It comes a time in your life where you ask yourself, how long will it take? Now, I'm not putting the entire burden on yourself because there are systematic and institutional barriers that exist that prevent humans from accomplishing their dreams. Racism is a real thing. White supremacy is a real thing. Capitalism is a real thing. Sexism is a real thing. These are real barriers that are in place that stop us and hinder us from moving upward to accomplishing our goals. But we can still control what we can't control, right? There are still things in our lives and circumstances that we can change and control with just a flip of the switch in our minds. And I got to that point in October of 2024. You see, I had a story idea that was conceived in my mind when I graduated from college, 2010. I sat on it. I did not believe in it. I didn't think I could make money from my creative endeavors. And then around 2021, 2022, when the pandemic was, still at its height, but starting to waver, I revisited this story idea and I told myself I was going to start writing this book. I had already published 2 books at this point, and I told myself I'm going to start writing this idea that I conceived over 15 years ago. But eventually I stalled once more because I still did not believe. I still didn't believe that this dream that I had was obtainable. So I continued to just focus on my photography business and everything else. But October 2024, something hit me. And I told myself, how long will it take? How long is it going to take me to write this book? Because despite all of the hurdles in my life, I can control sitting down in front of my computer and typing. I can control typing a word, typing a sentence, typing a paragraph, typing a page. I can control that. So how long will it take? So in October 2024, I made the decision to get serious about writing a manuscript for my novel, my next novel, The Sci-Fi Department. And I told myself by February 1st of 2025, I want to be at 90,000 words because 90,000 words was the minimum for a sci-fi book. I'm proud to say that on January 20th, 2025, I reached that goal. Now, the book is not done. I still got a whole third act to complete. So the first draft of this book is not done. And after the first draft is done, I still got a second draft and a third draft to complete before I even move to the editing stage and then to publishing. But the fact that I was able to get 90,000 words written in a matter of 3 months speaks volumes. And I sat on this idea for 15 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand that chapter 1 is better than chapter none. And that doesn't just apply to writing a book. That applies to anything that you want in your life. Any small feat is greater than no feat at all. So if you have a book that you want to write, if you want to lose weight, if you want to accomplish something, there are things that you can control en route to accomplishing that major goal. And anything is better than nothing. I really need you to understand that, because I blew myself away with that. I've never written 90,000 words ever in my life. My first 2 novels topped out at around 50,000 words plus. But I wrote 90,000 words in 3 months because I was locked in and I wrote every day, and I told myself chapter 1 is better than chapter none. So that's what I want you to tell yourself right now. No matter what it is that you are striving for, even though you are battling against barriers that you cannot control, unfortunately, sexism, racism, white supremacy, capitalism, the lack of money, the lack of resources, you still have some resources, you still have some money, and you still have your creative vision and that dream within your spirit. Do not allow yourself to fall into the gargantuan grave of so many people that's living on this earth currently, and so many people that passed away from this realm that did not have the ability and the heart to go forward after their dreams. And again, I'm not blaming them, because life is hard, but you are harder. Every generation has someone in their bloodline, in their community, that is tough enough, that is strong enough, that has the will enough to go forward and to see it through and to make the impossible possible. You are that someone. Chapter 1 is better than chapter none. Stop worrying about what people may think. Stop worrying about the failure. Stop worrying about all these things. Tell yourself it can't be no worse than what it is right now. You're already frustrated right now with your business, with your career, with the things you are trying to do. You're already frustrated. So it can't be no worse than when you take this imagination and translate it to reality. Chapter 1 is better than chapter none. How long will it take you to lose weight? How long will it take you to start that business? How long will it take you to start that book? How long will it take you to do whatever has been on your mind and in your spirit for so many years? It's already taken long enough. You've already been dormant long enough. Now it's time to produce it and change your life for the great. Chapter 1 is better than chapter none. Every little piece matters. Do not undermine yourself. Do not tell yourself you are not worthy. Do not tell yourself it doesn't matter, because it does matter. Because you keep thinking about it. The fact that you keep thinking about it, the fact that you are frustrated that you can't dedicate enough energy to it, tells you enough that it matters. You have to do it. Even if you got to get off work and do it. Even if you have to dedicate 5 minutes to it, even if you have to dedicate just a little bit here and there whenever you have time, you have to do it. Every little step brings you forward. Chapter 1 is better than chapter none. So that's my message today, everybody. Let's continue to work. Let's continue to imagine reality. It's already taken you long enough. You thought about it long enough. You've been dormant long enough. You've been stagnant long enough. Now it's time to get out of the mud and move forward up this mountain and reach that pinnacle. If this podcast has benefited you in any way, shape, or form, I ask for 2 things as always. Number 1, please leave a 5-star review. And number 2, pass it on to a friend who may benefit from it as well. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you again soon.